we got to connect the phone, but let's get into our predicted lineup before we do that. So, for the predicted lineup, Ange has been speaking in the press conference, and what have we got from the injury update?
Yeah, so Son obviously is a doubt going into this one. He said he was feeling tired after the game against Karabag, which is a reason why he went down and was taken off. Felt some fatigue in his hamstring, and we'll wait to see whether it's an injury or it's just fatigue. When it comes to Richarlison and Odegaard, they are still out, but the other players, full bill of health other than that. He said no new problems, albeit a lot of players have come back tired from the game against Karabag.
Yeah, which is not a surprise to say the least. In terms of the Manchester United lineup, they've got Yoro, Malacia, Lindelof and Shaw injured. This is the lineup which we do think that Man United will play. Mazraoui right back, Dalot left back, Martinez and De Ligt in the centre backs. Mainu Ugarte is quite, a physical midfield.
We're not sure. Well, Alice reckons it will be Eriksen over Ugarte, but because that's what they were doing recently. But if he's smart, he probably goes Ugarte.
Yeah, I would say so. With Fernandes, Bruno, he's missed so many chances so far this season. You just get the feeling it will go in against Spurs, but let's hope not. Garnacho on the right, Rashford on the left, and Xerxes up top. I think Ten Hag will be a very silly man if he doesn't play Rashford in this game.
Yeah, I think Rashford is such a transitional threat. I think, how Tottenham are so open on the wing. I think that's the kind of area they should be looking to exploit.
Well, let's get into the Tottenham predicted lineup. And in goal in the 4-3-3 formation will be Big Vic, who had an absolutely stunning performance out in Europe against Karabag.
Yeah, and United have looked a threat from set pieces in this season as well. So he's going to have to be proactive like he was against Karabag and coming for things and coming to claim crosses and stuff like that. And I'm sure he's going to have to make some big saves to make sure we win the game. So, yeah, Big Vic in goal.
Big Vic in goal. Right back will be the well-rested Pedro Porro, and hopefully that will do him the world of good as well.
Yeah, very crucial. He's had a full week break. He's going to have Rashford probably to deal with, or Garnacho, whoever it is. It's going to be a tough order. But we know how Porro likes to play, likes to get forward. And I think if Rashford's not tracking him back, he could have a big say in this game. So it could, Porro could have a big influence on the game, I would say.
Right centre-back, Couto Romero, who is also well-rested, maybe not out of choice, but he was suspended for the game against Karabag, and obviously he comes straight back in. Yeah,
and he's going to have to make sure Xerxes is not having a big influence on this game, because he likes to kind of drop deep and be in that kind of 9.5 role that he likes to play, and he's quite a creative striker as well. So I think Romero's proactive nature might help him in this game. So yeah, I think Romero is going to have a big part to play.
Yeah, and back onto left centre-back, Mickey van de Ven, who obviously played at right centre-back for the majority of the game last night. I do worry a bit about van de Ven in this game, to be honest, because he put in a lot of effort into that game. He was literally everywhere. You saw his heat map as well, just literally everywhere all around the pitch. So he put in a massive effort against Karabag, but hopefully he can condition himself right for this game.
Yeah, obviously he put in, as you say, a big effort. A lot of the time he had to do a lot of defending by himself. There was, occasions where they outnumbered us, and Van de Ven was the only one to stop them. So, we know his hamstring went last season if he's overworked, and there's a risk of that. But hopefully, he should be able to play 2 games in a week. So, he has to play this game.
To make up that back four will be Destiny Udogie at left back, and you're really starting to see him get back to full flight now.
Yeah, and whoever's playing on the left wing, whether it be Garnacho or Rashford, Udogie, I think. So on the right wing, Udogie has the ability to dominate them, and I think Udogie is going to make them think about how they handle him instead of the other way around. So Udogi's really starting to get back to his best. I've been really enjoying his recent performances.
And then moving into the midfield in the number 6, it is a toss-up between Bissouma and Bentancur. Bissouma played, I think, 90 minutes or just under 90 minutes against Karabag. I'm not sure.
Bissouma played like 70 minutes.
70 minutes, but very taxing game for him. Bentancur came on for the latter stages of the game, and I just feel like with Bentancur's impeding charges coming his way, I feel like they will just side with Bentancur.
And also he's playing well. Played well against Brentford. Obviously Basuma come back from an injury. They gave him the start, but I thought Bentancur's signs of him getting back to his best, although he's not quite there yet, but there are indications of it. And I think in this game, he obviously started against Arsenal after Basuma was injured, had a really good game against Brentford, so hopefully he can continue this form at Old Trafford.
Moving on higher up the pitch, we've got Kulusevski on the right-hand side of the midfield. Obviously, he's been brilliant this season. Came on, did a really good job for the team last night at right wing and then latter into the number 9 as well. But with his sheer physical presence in the middle of the park, he'll be such a key cog for us.
Yeah, and his quality as well, because we know he's got the capabilities of getting on the ball and forcing Man United back and getting close to the penalty area. He's been in such good form this season. I think he's going to be tough for them to handle in the middle of the park. I've been really enjoying his performances in midfield. So Decky could have a big role to say in this one.
And then to make up that middle 3 will be James Maddison on the left-hand side of the midfield. Obviously didn't play a minute in Europe on Thursday night, which will stand him in good stead. And that was on the back of probably his best performance in the Spurs shirt. So let's hope he can keep up that form.
And we saw how much the rest helped him against Brentford as well, having a bit of a rest against Coventry. So I think Maddison playing and having another week's rest, hopefully comes really fresh. We know a fresh Maddison is a fantastic player, and I think he's going to have a big part to say, especially if they do play Eriksen and Bruno. I think Maddison might be licking his lips.
So in the midfield 3 of Bentancur, Kulusevski and James Maddison. On the right-hand side of the attack will be the informed Brennan Johnson. Only played 45 minutes last night, so that's definitely a big positive for Brennan. 3 goals in his last 3 games. Definitely a man playing with confidence and on form.
Yeah, probably up against Mazraoui on the playing at left back, I would assume. Or was it Dalot? One of the two. Both of them can play either, so I'm not sure who he's going to come up against. But both of them are quite good defensive left backs. So I think Johnson is going to be one of his tougher tests, and he's going to have to, be really confident and really run at them like he has been past 3 games. But he's been, as you say, 3-3. The finishes have been getting better and better as well. So Johnson hopefully can make a big impact in this one.
Another man on form who's going to start in the number 9 is Big Dom Solanke. And I feel like the Spurs fans are quite quickly falling in love with this guy, with the work rate that he puts on for the team, the way he drops deep, he knits the play together, hold up play when he's up there as well, and starting to get goals now. 2 goals in his last 2 games are really 2 good poachers finishes. So let's hope he can add to that this weekend.
Yeah, I think if I remember rightly, he did score at Old Trafford last year when they won. I think they won 3-0 at Old Trafford, and I think he scored. Or was it 1-0? Anyway, but he's obviously going to have a big role to play here. If Tottenham are going to dominate the ball like we want them to, I think up against De Ligt and Martinez, I think in a physical battle, he'll back himself to be able to hold the ball. And also, when they're playing out from the back, his pressing nature is going to be massive in this one. So I think he's going to be a very important player in this game.
And then to make up that final 11 on the left-hand side of the attack, we are siding with our captain, Son Heung-min. I personally would probably like to... I wouldn't like to see it because I want to see Son play every game, but just because of what he's gone through and what he's spoken about in terms of the press about him speaking playing a bit too much, and Ange also alluding to him playing a bit too much, I think it's probably right of us just to take him out the firing line. But we are siding with him because I think if he fits, he starts.
Yeah, and I think it's a very important game, and he is feeling a bit of fatigue at the moment. It seems like Sonny had to work very, very hard on Thursday night, so let's hope he's not feeling the full effects of that coming Sunday. But we are backing him just to make it, and then hopefully gets a break in midweek against Ferencváros. So we're going for Son to start.
Let's go through that predicted lineup with you guys one more time. It's Big Vic in goal, Porro right back, Udogie left back, Romero and Van de Ven in the centre back positions, Bentancur, Kulusevski and Maddison in the middle 3, with Johnson and Sonny supporting Big Dom Solanke. In our predictions, we've both gone for 2-1 to Spurs. So let's go up to Old Trafford with a bit of confidence and let's take the 3 points back to London. Very much looking forward to the game. So that is our predicted lineup.